here because my story actually went far to this house when this was actually the first German hospital opened up in the old city. And it will connect us also to the first Christian houses outside of the city. Because when this, in 1851, 1851, the German, they're called in Hebrew diakonisiot or diakonies, which are basically kind of helpers. It was an institution which was founded in Germany in 1836 of sisters, Protestant sisters, not Catholic sisters. Now, usually in the Protestant church, there are no nuns, right? You have it in the Catholic church, but usually in the Protestant there. So this was a new, Theodor Fliedner had a new idea that he will take women who are very good servers, always, they have a lot of empathy for the sick and for the children, and he will make them into Protestant nuns. I say nuns because they're not really nuns, but they were not allowed to marry as long as they are inside of this institution. And then he opened up a school where they learned how to be either
nurses,
or teachers, or how to run a pharmacy, pharmacists. So, and this was also in Germany when there was no teaching for women. So actually he gave a lot of women a way to learn
sciences.
Not only sciences, but then to work, to have a
profession,
a job, a profession. And then he's, let everyone walk through, please, because they're going to the church here. So, and then you remember I told you, let's see if you remember, I told you that the Lutheran bishop had to get
the blessing.
A blessing of the Anglican bishop,
Of the Anglican, right.
So Gobat, remember Samuel Gobat, the second bishop?
The second bishop.
Before he comes here to start his work as the second bishop, Protestant bishop, he goes to England. And there in the evening, it's dark, it's England. What do you do in the night? You go to a bar.
To the bar.
Exactly.
To the
He
bar.
goes to a bar and he meets this other fellow German, Theodor Fliedner. And Theodor Fliedner is the one who has this school. And he asks him, hey, German, you speak German, what do you do here? He says, well, I'm actually bringing two of my nurses to the German hospital in London because they work so well that other countries want them as well. And then Bishop Gobat says, listen, I'm going to the land of Israel, to Jerusalem. I heard the situation there is terrible. Why don't you also send two nurses to Jerusalem? So Theodor Fliedner said, yeah, that sounds very good. And then Theodor Fliedner goes back to his house and Gobat comes here. Okay, a few months after Schick arrived. They both arrive in 1846. Anyway, so a few years pass and Gobat forgot about Fliedner. And then a few years, Fliedner writes to him, no, why do you want my nurses or do you don't want them? And then Gobat says, yes, I have the money to pay for two German nurses and they will take care of the community. Why? Which hospital do we have until then? Only the English Open, right? Mm-hmm. And the English Open mainly treated Jews, okay? And the community, the German community, German English-speaking community, didn't really have someone to treat them regularly. So they wanted someone regularly. So Fliedner takes this letter and he goes to the German Kaiser and he says, listen, not the German Kaiser, the one. It's called, I remember the name, something the fourth. There's always there are like 3, 4, and 2.
Not Louis.
No, not Kaiser Wilhelm. I'll tell you the name in a few seconds. Anyway, he goes to him and he says, listen, Gobat is willing to pay for 2 nurses. Why don't you pay for other 2 nurses and then we'll open our new hospital? Why should only the English open a hospital? Why shouldn't we have one too? This is our pride. Now you have to understand that the war between the nationalities started already. Everyone wants to have a piece of Jerusalem. Everyone wants to set a stake here. So if they open a hospital, I have to open a hospital. If they open a school, I have to open a school. I have to show my strength here. So the king says, yes, of course, I'll pay for the 2 other nurses. And Fliedner comes here in 1851, and he rents this house. Actually, the house was already rented by the German Prussian in that time. They were Prussian king, and he takes it and he builds. They open up a school here and a first German hospital. Okay. Now 2 years later, a new nun comes. Her name is Charlotte Pilz. I don't know if you ever heard. So wait a second. This is the building in 1851. Okay. This is the building in 1851. And you can see the door here. This is the door where you're standing. Okay. Now, if you go, I don't know if you haven't been inside, come here on a different day, which is not Sunday. You can go inside. There's a beautiful courtyard.
And roof, yeah. I went.
And wow, right?
Nice again.
And there was a garden here. What did the nurses do in the garden? They had
Fruits.
Which door are you talking about?
this door. This door is this door. This is like,
Right,
and
the lake.
this is here, like this. Okay, you see, we went down here. Okay, and this is like here. We are standing here. Okay. Okay, we're standing here. And you see down there was a garden, and the sisters, the nurses had not fruit and vegetables, but herbs, to treat the people. They would grow the herbs. Okay, so they grew the herbs and everything was well, but then you had Charlotte Pilz. Charlotte Pilz was a very strong woman. You wouldn't want to meet her at night. That's her picture. Okay,
Sure.
she was a little scary, If you would meet in the middle of the night, that would be scary.
After 2 beers.
But she was a real man. She knew in the world of the Ottoman and in the world of the men. And here you have to be really strong. And she decided she's going to, let's say, make the house bigger because there was a school inside. Hey, it really disturbs her when you're talking next to me. So please don't do that, okay?
I'll try not to.
Thank you very much. Or you want to stand here next to me and talk to, do the guiding?
Sure, if you can tell me exactly what's going on.
So please, it just really disturbs me, and I have no microphone, so it's really hard. Okay? Thank you. So she decides to make it bigger because more and more people, they treat everyone. So they have more and more people who come, and they have a girls' school. So what she does is she asks Konrad Schick to build on the garden, okay, another house, a second part of the house. And what he does is he tells her, but lady, I know you from church, but I'm not an architect, I never learned architecture.